Yo, dudes, the Empire's pretty chill. Maybe you could, join it or something.
Hey everyone, Luke Immerse Prime here, so it's time for the next episode series of Old is Better Than New. And in today's video, I thought I'd cover probably a really big topic when it comes to why I say that old is better than the new for it. Because this topic covers a wide range of subjects, which I'd love to talk about. And this is something, which is, in my opinion, really hit, hard times recently when it comes to where it, of course, is. And that's me why I say old is better than the new is none other than music. So, now when it comes, of course, to what I think of music then, so it can cover, different topics. So, for example, music that I listen to, which is, say, for example, songs, and also, as well, movie soundtracks. So, when it comes, of course, to old music then, I definitely really love listening to music a lot in my spare time, and I'll let you guys in on as well the fact that also, on my phone, when it comes to music I have, most of it is old. Because I've got to say, my favourite era of music is probably going to have to be the 1980s. I absolutely love 1980s music. It's always an absolute joy to listen to. In my opinion, it's timeless, stands the test of time, and in my opinion, it's still relevant today. And it's definitely shown because it plays on the radio a lot, and just shows you how amazing it is and how it's never going to get old at all. I guess you could say that 1980 songs are immortal. The same can also be applied as well to 1990s songs as well. Even way older songs in the 70s or 60s even too. Great to listen to as well, absolutely. When I listen to them, I always get a really good feeling listening to them. Even the early 2000s, in my opinion, have had lots of great songs too as well. With lots of great singers, who in my opinion are probably still going strong today. It also really shocks me how many of the singers of my childhood are getting older. It's probably time I'm getting old too. Goodness me, we'll just hit hard when you think about that. And I'd also say that, in my opinion, the last great decade of music when it comes to singers, for me, it's probably the 2010s decade. That, in my opinion, is the last great decade for it. And when it comes as well to music composers, there's tons who I absolutely love listening to the soundtracks for. For example, I'd probably say my favourites are people my all-time favourite, of course, is John Williams. And I also love Hans Zimmer, and also Danny Elfman, and also as well Steve Jablonsky, Junkie XL, and also James Horner, may he rest in peace. Among many others, a wide variety of composers, and also Ennio Morricone, may he rest in peace as well. And even as well Alan Silvestri. So many great composers that I love listening to, and many of which, in my opinion, are still going strong, absolutely. I say that especially in regards to today's music. So, when it comes to music, I just really love listening to it, but there's a reason why I'd say that in recent times, music really has gone downhill. And that's because of the reason being a lack of originality. Because I've noticed many times that recently, the idea of copying old songs has really got on out of hand. One example is, one of my favourite songs of all time, Gangs of Paradise by Coolio, may he rest in peace, was copied recently by a singer called Ella Henderson, because she literally sampled the tune of the song to her own song called Alibi, and even used similar lyrics too. So she basically stole his song, basically. And to be completely real, I didn't even know who she was until this song came out when I heard it on the radio. When I heard it on the radio, I was thinking, hang on, is this a cover of Gangs of Paradise? But I realised, no, it was a blatant rip-off of it. Now, I know that Gangs of Paradise does indeed sample some of the lines and the tune of a song by Stevie Wonder, but the difference is that Coolio actually changed the song to be, much different, a much more different style of music to Stevie Wonder's version. I don't understand what Ella Henderson had to do, so that's why she lost my respect for that. Because in my opinion, by copying Gangs of Paradise, it was really disrespectful to Coolio, and also say disrespectful to Stevie Wonder as well. And the reason why I say there's a lack of originality is also because of remixes, courtesy of TikTok. Because I'm on TikTok, guys, and I've noticed many times that people have actually been remixing lots of old songs on TikTok and making it out to be their own songs. One example, of course, is the song Crazy by Gnarls Barkley, which is one of my favourite songs of all time. In my opinion, another timeless song which stands the test of time. That song, of course, has been remixed, as No Tomorrow. and people making out it's their own song, but like, no, that's not your song. The song is called Crazy by Gnarls Barkley. It's not your song. I'm also surprised other songs too, which have been stolen on TikTok as well. That's why I say TikTok is probably one of the main reasons why music really has gone downhill, because it's taken old songs and made out to be their own songs by changing them up a bit. And like, no, that's not how it works at all. The only times I can accept, of course, the same song being used again is if someone does a cover of it. That's the only time I can accept it. And also on parodies, for example, the songs by Weird Al Yankovic, which are definitely, in my opinion, really funny, and how you should do, like, you know, taking a song and you know, changing up it, because he does a good job with parodies. And when it comes as well to today's music, though, I would also say that, in my opinion, the only good music we're getting nowadays is by singers who are old but still going strong with making more music. That's what I'll say, really, because they're still going strong, and as many I could say, really. But when it comes to today's music, another reason why I'd say it is nowhere near as good as songs from like the 80s or the 90s or early 2000s or 2010s or even older than the 80s is because they're nowhere near as memorable or as iconic, in my opinion, either. Because nowadays, when it comes to songs here on the radio, I've not got a clue who these singers are, and I don't even know what all these songs are, and I forget them easily. Because compared to songs which are old, which I love listening to, I forget these new songs easily, because they're just not memorable at all, and I really don't get it at all. So that's just really appalling, in my opinion. And so that's why I'll stick to old music happily. Because today's music, in my opinion, is lacking originality, and it's very forgettable, in my opinion. Nowhere near as memorable or as iconic as old songs, and definitely completely irrelevant too, I must say, because the old songs, in my opinion, hold up really well, because they're so great to listen to. Is any wonder they're still playing on the radio? Sadly, alongside new songs which don't make any sense, which sucks, but at least they still play on the radio to this day, well, thankfully. And another reason is also for me when it comes as well to soundtracks of like shows and films, because I'd say, just like with singers, that today's composers who still do a great job are those who are old, but in my opinion, still going strong. So I've already mentioned people like, you know, John Williams, Hans Zimmer, Danny Elfman, just to name a few, really. And several who, in my opinion, are still going strong, because they're still delivering amazing soundtracks. But sadly, there's some things releasing today which, in my opinion, have really bad soundtracks compared to old stuff. When it comes to, for example, Star Wars, I have not seen the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show, and I quite frankly don't want to, but I've seen clips of the show on social media when friends have told me what's happened in it, and I could not help but notice that the music in the scenes was not good. Because when you compare it to John Williams' music in the films, and also to Kevin Kline's music in the Clone Wars show, and even to Ludwig Göransson's music in the Mandalorian show's first 2 seasons, I could tell something was wrong, because the music was nowhere near as intense or as powerful as what came before for Star Wars. Like, that's supposed to be a Star Wars show, so why is the music not intense or powerful like it's supposed to be? That's just really appalling, in my opinion. And another example is also when it comes as well to another show that I used to be a fan of, but not anymore, which is Doctor Who. Because I unfortunately did see Chris Chibnall's era as showrunner for, you know, his 3 seasons. And in my opinion, the musical score in that era for the show was trash. Because when you compare it to Murray Gold's music in Revival era before, of course, he left with Stephen Moffat, and also even to the classic music as well from a classic series, the music in of course, Chris Chibnall's era, in my opinion, is just not good. It's not as memorable or as iconic. Like, it's just not good, in my opinion. So I really don't know what happened at all with music in Doctor Who. And it's one of the reasons why I'm happily done with the show, because that era was, in my opinion, trash, and so was its music, absolutely. So, as far as I'm concerned, guys, music for me is much better in old than the new. Like, there's tons of songs I could say which are better in old than the new, but we'd be here all day because I have lots of favourite songs I listen to. Nowadays, I'll happily stick to listening to old music. I'll let you guys in another secret too, which I'm not real to now, being I have not downloaded any music from 2020's decade all to my phone at all, and I quite frankly don't want to. Because, in my opinion, originality with music is dead, and also, today's new songs by singers I've never even heard of are, in my opinion, nowhere near as memorable or as iconic as old music. As far as I'm concerned, I want my favourite genre of music being rock to keep going, and also pop to keep going as well, with singers who are old but still going strong to keep going making new songs. That's what I'll say, really. So, the only music I'm going to be buying nowadays is old music, and that's it. But all I'm going to download old music to my phone, and that's it. No music from 2020's decade at all. No chance. So guys, as far as I'm concerned, music for me is much better in the old than the new. So, you know the drill, guys. Be sure to give this video a like. Also, be sure to put in the comments where I think of music, doing old better than new for music. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Also, be sure to join the team, pressing subscribe, who's coming in the future. And I'll see you all later.